Hello, Kirk. How are you?
Good. How you doing, man?
Great, thank you. My name is
Excellent.
Julek, and next to me is sitting Martin. Is sitting. We are
Okay.
journalists working for the biggest Polish music-related websites, and we would like to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
Uh, Thanks. Okay, so the first one goes: the Black Album was the inspiration for this tour. Please tell us, how does it feel once you have to look back on the process of making it? What are your feelings about these times from 20 years distance perspective?
Well, it's interesting because we've been playing a bunch of the songs from the Black Album pretty regularly. Every time we go out on tour, there's certain songs that people want to hear, and there's a lot of them from the Black Album that people want to hear, like Sabbath True, Enter Sandman, Nothing Else Matters, Wherever I May Roam. So we've been playing those songs pretty regularly, but there's a few songs that we have not ever played live together. And so we collectively had to go back and relearn those songs. And uh, it's interesting because these are songs that we haven't heard in like a long time, over 20
Uh-huh.
years. And so it was a trip down memory lane, going back to those songs and hearing how we played them and relearning the guitar solos. And it definitely brought back a lot of memories of making that album. It was not an easy album to make. I mean, it took a long time, and we put a lot of time and effort into writing it, and it took a long time to record it. So I mean, it was fairly interesting going back to that time period and just taking in all the memories that came along with making that album. Very interesting for us.
Okay, thank you. And don't you regret that the Black Album cover is so minimalist? I mean, I pretty know the answer, but how do this cover could look like now?
I think it's perfect. It's none more black. Um, we wanted it to be as simple as possible, and we thought, well, you can't get any more simple than just a plain black album cover. Looking back on it, I mean, sure, we could have like made a very decorative, ornamental album cover if we wanted to, but it is what it is. The Black Album, has that cover for a reason, and it's because we wanted it to be very, very simple.
The music stands for it, yeah?
Yeah.
Not the cover. Okay, question from my side. Enter Sandman riff is your riff. Yeah, you've made it,
hmm
you have invented it. Of which other riff are you proud of on Black Album or on other
On the
albums?
Well, my riffs are like all over all sorts of albums, but I mean, just to concentrate on the Black Album,
Okay.
another riff that I'm particularly proud of is the main riff in of Wolf and Man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, only because when I wrote that riff, I was listening to it a certain way, and then when I played it for Lars and James, they heard it a completely different way, and it just goes to show how you can get two different people having two different visions and coming together to make something completely independent of those two different versions. I mean, always thought that was super cool. That I heard it one way, those other guys heard it another way, and when we came together, the end result was the song of Wolf and Man, which was very, very cool.
Yeah, and we are sure that you will play this.
If it's on the Black Album,
Yeah.
it's getting played.
Okay, now it's Martin turn.
Okay, now a few questions from me. Lately, I was listening to Lars on the Howard Stern show saying that during the recording of Junior Dead from Lulu, you and James got really emotional on it. Could you explain to me what is so special about this song?
Well, Lou's lyrics on that song are just it really hit me hard because I had just lost my father, like literally 2 or 3 weeks before we recorded that song.
Mm-hmm.
And that song's about, fathers, dads.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of got me thinking about my relationship with my father and my relationship with my two children. And it was a bit much, and it got to me, and I just kind of broke down in tears, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just one of those things. And it's funny because like I ran out of the control room into the kitchen just to get some space so I can just like cry in private.
Mm-hmm.
And right behind me was James. He was crying too. I guess he had some of the same emotions that I was having at that point.
Okay. I was interviewing Joe Strani some time ago, and he mentioned that you were once a student of his back in the days.
Yeah.
As I dwelt on the subject, he was at all times very positive on the whole experience and praised your diversity. But what I'm wondering now is, how was that from your point of view? Was having a teacher such a blessing? Did it help you develop in any particular way as a guitarist?
Well, you know, Joe Satriani, I met Joe back in 1982, and it was before either one of us had any sort of recording career at all. And it was just amazing because Joe always kind of played the way he does. I mean, the way he plays now, it's very similar to the way he played in 1982. Mm-hmm. And I'd never seen a guitar player play that way before, ever. And it kind of opened up it made me realize how much potential there was to learning how to play, you know, solo lead guitar, whether it was in rock, jazz, blues, or whatever. Joe can play it, and it really opened up my eyes to what was possible and what was, you know, how you know, what direction I wanted to go to, and he just really opened up in my vision, basically, and he was such a huge inspiration. And every time I would tell people, I'd say, you got to hear my guitar teacher. They're like, yeah, you hear one guitar teacher, you've heard them all. But no, I used to tell them, this guy's different. He's not just a guitar teacher. He's just an amazing guitar player. And the rest is history.
You have a great lot of guitars in your collection, but which one is the most valuable one, and why?
Well, you know, I really love a lot of my guitars for a lot of different reasons. I really love my Mummy guitar. Mm-hmm. It looks good, sounds good, plays well. You know, I really love my Black Jackson guitar that I've been playing since the Master of Puppets tour. Mm-hmm. You know, I have a ton of vintage guitars that I love because I love vintage guitars. You know, there's a lot of different reasons why I love a lot of different ones. But I have to say, you know, the one I use the most and I just play the most is the Mummy guitar.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have a talent for doing things that are sometimes out of your supposed comfort zone, like the time with very mainstream Load, or lately with experimental Lulu. Being, however, a part of a metal community, you get a lot of beating for not sticking to the rules, so to say. For example, Lulu. Are some metal fans a bit too small-minded in that respect? What do you think about it?
You know, we play the music we want to play. If people understand it, that's great. If people do not understand it, you know, maybe they'll understand it sooner or later. That's pretty much our attitude. I mean, you can't go into it thinking, well, should we do this? Are people going to like it? Mm-hmm. You should go into something thinking, well, this is what I want to do. Yeah. This is what you know. This is what's going to be creatively satisfying for me. And that's, you know, that's been our attitude this whole time.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how did it happen that criticism of someone's album or track turned over the past few years from the simple "I don't like it" to "stupid piece of shit"? You know, why are people so hateful about the music they do not enjoy nowadays?
Yeah, you know, it's just you can't really like force a person to like something or not like something. Like I said, you know, we just do what we want to do, and we do what we think is something that will be like creatively satisfying.
Maybe internet had some impact on it.
Yeah, I don't care what the internet says. Really don't. At the end of the day, it's just a bunch of people not really qualified to say what they're saying.
Okay, now Julek has got some few questions to you.
Okay, great.
You know what, bro? I'm
Yeah?
at the show and I have to go now.
Okay.
Oh, okay, we
Or-
understand.
Yeah, one more question. Yeah.
Okay, just maybe we can leave out the questions. Could you tell something for Polish fans to come to Sonisphere Festival on the 10th of May? Just a few words from you,
Yeah.
please. Thanks.
Well, Poland. We've been coming to Poland ever since 1987, and we just Poland is like a special place for us because it was one of the very first Eastern European places that we ever played, and so because of that, I mean, we have a lot of really really great memories of playing in Warsaw and playing in Poland. And so, it'd be really great it's going to be great to be coming back to Poland, and we're all looking forward to having some fun.
Okay, great. Thank you
All
so
right.
much. Thank you for
All
your
right,
time,
cheers.
and see you on site. Bye.
Okay, man.
Thank
All
you,
right.
bye.
Bye-bye.